Hey everyone, it's RandomGaming here with another Pokemon Sword and Shield VGC video for you. Today I'll be doing my third and final video of my Groundon team, which you see in front of you, a Groundon/Sun team, I might add. Please do check out my first video where I talk about the team in a bit more detail. I've got the rental code in the description below and also the poker paste. Before I do go into the games for today, I do want to just talk about the question of the day, which is what tips would you give to help climb the ladder? So to give you a quick backstory, at the start of this season, on April the 1st, April 2nd, I played about 10 games with my Calyrex Ice team, a team I'm very comfortable with. I went 5-5, I was playing awful, and also in the first couple of days you tend to play against people that are also usually a Masterball tier, but yeah, still just aiming to get there. So I wasn't really happy with my performance. I felt a bit jaded, a bit tired, to be honest. So I thought to myself, look, I'm not going to push myself this month. I started competitive Pokemon about 3 months ago, and my goal in each month has been to hit Masterball, which I've been able to do. But it's always been quite a stressful process. So I thought to myself, look, let's not push myself. So I played across several days. I played 7 more games. Gave myself a bit of a break after Players Cup. I've actually won all of them using teams that I enjoy playing with. They're a bit different, but I feel comfortable with them. Like I've played them with Showdown or used them before, and managed to get back into Master Ball. So my tip for those that are trying to climb is by all means, play games, practice, but also know when you need to reset. I've talked about resetting a lot in my videos, which is sometimes you go through good streaks, sometimes you go through bad streaks, and the key thing is just knowing that when you're on a bad streak and you're like tilted or tired or unmotivated or discouraged, then take a break. By all means, try out a new team, play for fun, whatever, but don't worry too much about the results and just look to get better, and hopefully the rewards will get to you eventually. So yeah, my tip is definitely just know when to take a break, know when to change things up, and also know when to stick to the team, because a lot of the good players I know stick to 1 or 2 different teams that they're comfortable with and really understand each calculation. So just have fun, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, the other thing I wanted to address is in video 2, if you've seen it already, I played 3 games, 2 of them heavily utilizing Venusaur and Sleep Powder for the win. So I Sleep Powdered the Dynamax Pokemon, and I think I got 2 or 3 turns sleep in each of these games. So I want to play both sides of the story here. So Venusaur, Sleep Powder. Venusaur's very common in the meta at the moment. Sleep Powder maybe some people view it as a bit of a cheat move because it puts people to sleep. Its accuracy is fairly decent at 75% and 75%, and Venusaur is very fast, often gets the first turn. So look, in Pokemon, there are so much probability of crits, accuracy moves, damage rolls that it is a probability game. So I never want to put it down to luck. Now, if Venusaur Sleep Powder hits 75% of the time, then, and that puts you at a massive advantage if you hit it and massive disadvantage if you miss it, then those are quite good odds and you should often take them. So you're creating your own chances and creating your own opportunity here by using Sleep Powder. So I don't want it to be seen as like as a cheap way of winning or lucky or anything like that. There is luck or RNG involved, but I want you to think of it is that you're playing to your best chances. So sometimes you have to play for crits, sometimes you have to play for, I hope I get that special defense drop or that freeze. So it happens, and Venusaur is just got very good percentage numbers to help you, I guess, stack the odds in your favor. So having said all that, and Venusaur being very meta, is that I also don't want to pretend Venusaur is that you don't have any counterplay to Venusaur. So firstly, Venusaur is fairly squishy. So the advantage of Venusaur, firstly, before I go into the weaknesses, is Venusaur can run a lot of different movesets. It's very fast in the sun. It can Sleep Powder, it can Dynamax or Gigantamax fairly easily, making it just something quite difficult to deal with. The disadvantage of Venusaur is Sleep Powder, and anything about Venusaur for that matter, can be played against. So in Showdown, I was coming across so many safety goggles that you wouldn't expect. I wasn't expecting Landorus to have safety goggles. I wasn't expecting Thundurus to have safety goggles, and they had them, and it completely disrupts you. So it's not like Venusaur and Sleep Powder doesn't have counterplays. You just kind of need to consider it in your team. And Venusaur being so in the meta at the moment, it'd be strange to build a team with no answer to Venusaur. So one of my answers actually often is having a Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini is actually one of my favorite, well, most utilized Pokemon. I actually don't like Tapu Fini that much, but most utilized Pokemon, because having the option of switching in and preventing a Sleep Powder often throws other people's strategies out of like sync and causes disruption to them. So having something like a Tapu Fini in the back is great. So there are options against Venusaur. So the challenge is that, do you have that in your team, and are you able to predict things right? So in my last game, I was afraid of Safety Goggles Yveltal because I don't think they had a weakness policy. They ended up having a weakness policy, but the way that I played around that is I double protected turn 1 just to see what they do, which Pokemon they Dynamax, what they decide to do. And as soon as they Dynamax Yveltal and activated the weakness policy, I thought, great, I can hit my Sleep Powder. If I didn't hit my Sleep Powder, I would have probably lost, who knows. But once again, you're playing to Venusaur's percentage chances. So anyway, that's enough for me and Venusaur. I just really wanted to highlight it because my previous video probably made Venusaur look broken or really overpowered, whereas that's not the case. I played against plenty of Venusaurs and stomped plenty of Venusaurs by doing the right thing. So if you're having troubles with Venusaur, then don't lose faith or don't lose hope. There are counter plays. All right, let's get on the games. All right, got our first opponent. I was actually unable to record any games after doing my intro, so that's why it's a new day and I'm wearing different clothes. All right, what have we got here? So their name's King. Their rank decently high. Need to get Pikalytics up on Bulbapedia. So I actually ran a team quite similar to this. I think I didn't have Landorus and I had Indeedee instead, so that was a team that I built myself. And it relies on Regigigas to do a lot of damage, and then Calyrex Shadow to sweep. So that's something I've got to bear in mind on. Regigigas is annoying, but not unbeatable. I think I can probably start off with... it might have Ice Punch. Either I can play aggressively with a Sleep, which might be my first choice, or I can play aggressively around Dragapult and Paralysis, Thunderwave, etc. Cool. Just because I'm afraid of a Calyrex start, I'm going to go Venusaur because it outspeeds all their Pokemon. And then I will have Regieleki in the back to deal with their fast Pokemon as well. So I was tempted to go Dragapult because Dragapult does okay against Regigigas because you can't get hit by Max Strike. I don't have Clear Body, so I do have to worry about that, about getting speed drops. But I thought I'd go for Venusaur just because it offers a bit more offensive pressure with Sleep Powder. I'm worried about Protect and Taunt on their first turn. Okay, so I do start Calyrex, so I don't have Sun off, which is bad because it means I'm not the fastest thing on the field. It's an unusual combination, to be honest, and it's kind of caught me a bit off guard. Do they have a Landorus switch in? Do they have a ground switch in, Landorus? They won't switch in. I think I'm going to double protect, and I'm hoping that they don't nasty plot. Just to see what they do, I'm predicting a protect on so they Dynamax. Ooh. Which is a bit annoying. So probably do quite a lot of damage. I was predicting a protect on Weezing. And I want to try and knock out the Weezing next turn. Venusaur. Let's see what Weaving does. Maybe I played it too passive. So they don't like Mindstorm. This will do a lot of damage. Not as much damage. So they've used one max turn. They've set up Psychic Terrain. And let's see what Will-O-Wisp. Okay, that's good to know. So at this point, I max Quake to get my special defense up. I probably will have to take a hit of some sort. I don't have a good switch in. I'm hoping that they target my ground on. So I look at it this way: if they target my ground on, good. They might. If I was them, I might actually just protect Weaving and double into my Venusaur. I think Weaving doesn't prevent Grim Nigh for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's a bug or intentional. So their best play, I think, is to protect and knock out my Venusaur. I can switch something in and set in the sun the next turn, but I'll probably put in Regieleki just to get the speed control. They double in. They didn't protect. They get the KO, which is fine. Let's see if they get the Grim Nigh boost. I think they do. Yeah. What is this? Alright. So they're +1, I'm +1 as well. They've got a Sugar Berry, which is annoying. Should have expected that as well, because I run Sugar Berry. There's a lot of defense to survive, yeah. The key thing is I get a special defense boost. They're on their last turn of Dynamax. I didn't get the knockout, and they did get the burn, which is going to be really bad on me. That is something I should probably call slightly differently. So at this point, I've got Regieleki. I can Eerie Impulse. I can protect Eerie Impulse. I can Electro Web. Do I need Sun for my Charizard? I might need it. I'm going to Eerie Impulse because I think... Will I survive a max move? So they're under Psychic Terrain. I think I protect this turn. Maybe I should have got the special defense boost. I don't know. I might have played that one wrong. So my thought process was that I don't want to take a max Mindstorm under a Psychic Terrain. They did protect, that's fine. So they'll survive this because I'm not doing that much damage, but I am setting up the Phantasm, which does a lot of damage. That was under thing. So I can either reduce their speed next turn, or I can try and drop the special attack. I'll probably drop the special attack. And that won't knock out. That's fine. I was just setting up the sun for later. For my Charizard. So I need my Charizard to have speed control and to hit Heat Wave. If they've got a Regieleki in the back, I'm in trouble. At this point, I think I max Quake. I don't think they've got too much going for it, so... Surely at this point they just protect. Let's go double down. I need to do something. I'm already behind in the game. Okay, that's fine. Landorus. Okay, Landorus is a big trouble for me. So my ground on Mars will not be on the field anymore. So they got +2, so I'm just getting outplayed here. Unfortunately, the Weaving, what I didn't call was I thought Weaving was going to be paired with Regigigas, but they actually managed to use Weaving's ability very effectively anyway. So I've got 2 Pokemon left. Groundon's burnt and got attack drop, so they're not doing any damage. I think this is just a difficult game, to be honest. I'm max speed, so my best bet is to I'm not even outspeeding the Calyrex, am I? They're plus. Yeah, this game's unfortunately very difficult. I'm gonna try Rock Slide and I'm gonna try and hit Heat Wave. Unfortunately, Astral Barrage is they're back on neutral, even though I've Area Impulsed. So I don't know why they protect actually. Heat Wave Burn, that might be an out. Heat Wave Critical Hit Burn. Oh wow, nice. Didn't get a crit, but I did get the one-hit KO. That's good. That's why you run max speed, Charizard. At this point, I think I've got to protect and try and knock out the... They've still got Astral Barrage. Astral Barrage should knock out my Charizard. What do they have in the back? So they have a Shifu. If I were them, I'd Sucker Punch, right? I'm going to protect... Oh, it's not on the protect ground on. I could really do with a weakness policy being activated. What do they have? Do they have like Surging Strikes, I think? No, they're dark. I think I Precipice Blades, and I've got at least one protect in me. And then what I hope is that they protect Calyrex Shadow in the next turn. So they're not going to protect this turn because they just don't protect. If they Wicked Blow me, I'm in trouble. I was hoping that they do something like, yeah, Sucker Punch. Perfect. Yep. So I'm calling these moves correctly at the moment, but I think I've got set too far behind. And I don't know how much damage this does. I've got +2 defense boost, so it should be fine. Yep. Please hit Precipice Blaze. Nice. Please get a crit. Oh, wow. I did get a critical hit. The Charizard's being worn down here. At this point, I'm going for another Precipice Blades. And I'm going to go for a double protect. Double protect. Didn't get it off, so they Sucker Punch, which is fine. But then they just Astral Barrage, right? Yeah, see. It's a shame that's such a powerful move. I think if I didn't manage to get 2 Nay boosts, I'd be in a slightly better position. So my only chance here is a super crit with Groundon, with Precipice Blaze, which if I crit, I might get a knockout, but I didn't crit. So unfortunately, they're just going to Wicked Blow. I did call the Sucker Punch though, which allowed me a bit more out. But unfortunately, the burn hurt, the Sugar Berry hurt because I didn't knock out the Weezing, and also the fact that they got the Grimnide boost during Weezing. That's quite annoying as well. I don't know if that's intentional or whether it was just a bug when they did it, but anyway, it did. I think if Calyrex Shadow didn't have wasn't on neutral and was on -1, I felt a bit more confident on that game, but is what it is. At this point, they just click Sucker Punch or just burn, so there's no point playing out. But it's my first loss with the team, at least on Switch, so that's fine. I played against a high-ranked opponent. I actually thought for the first couple of turns, I actually played that quite well. It's just I was put so far behind by a Calyrex Shadow that went got going, so that did put me at a slight disadvantage. If I knew their lead, would I have done anything different? Probably not really. I would have probably not led Groundon because of the burn, or you would have doubled up into Weezing, right? I should have predicted a Will-O-Wisp because I guess I double protected turn once I was kind of predicting it. But I do run Weezing myself. I use Taunt. I don't use Will-O-Wisp on Weezing actually, so I use Pain Split instead. But I should have probably predicted that. But anyway, let's look for my second game. Alright, got a next opponent, found them much quicker today. They're ranked 997, so I'm going against people that are ranked in the top thousands, which is fun, because they're good. I really don't like coming across a Thundurus, but now I know that Charizard one-shots Thundurus with Heat Wave. That's quite good to know. The team's quite tricky. Grimmsnarl's quite difficult to deal with. What am I afraid of? Things like Scary Face, Thunder Wave, they're all quite annoying. I reckon I do bring Venusaur. I think I bring Charizard in the back as well. I wonder if I can get Charizard rolling though. What's their lead gonna be? Let's do ground on Venusaur again. They don't have great weather control, apart from maybe Rock Slide with Max Rockfall with Thundurus. I think I'm okay starting with this. I don't need double... I don't need double weather in Torkoal. I think I bring Charizard and Regieleki, so the same Pokemon that I brought last time. I want Charizard to be able to deal with Zacian. I don't really like going against Grimmsnarl start because these days they can do so much. They can do Lagging Incense, they can do Eject Button, they can do screens, they can do Thunder Wave, Scary Face, and they're just really difficult. And most Grimmsnarls don't run Fake Out, but you always have to respect the fact they can. Interesting start. Do I believe they've got safety goggles? Do I play with ground on the fact that I'm... I haven't got any good answers to my ground on, but the problem is I'm just... Do I switch out? Thundurus gives my team a lot of trouble. I think I Rock Slide and I Protect. Oops. Let's see what they do. What I was afraid of is a Thundurus Protect and a Rotom Eat. It'll be interesting to see what they max. So they Dynamax the Thundurus. I don't think they're going to be safety goggles. The Intimidate hurts, I'll be honest with that. I should have perhaps had ground on in the back. One start that I've had a bit more success with that I haven't really tried that much these ones is to do Charizard Charizard Venusaur start, and then depending on which Pokemon you want in, you put ground on in and swap the other one out to get your Sun out. Which has its advantages. Rock Slide, okay, get a double hit. Really nice damage actually. Keep Rock Sliding. And now I think I am going to try the Sleep Powder. They could ally switch again, but if they ally switch again, well, fair play. They got me. Okay, I'll get the sleep, hopefully. They haven't got safety goggles or anything. That's good. What are they going to do? Overheat, that's fine. Did my job. Get the sleep. And now I Dynamax Charizard, I believe. Citrus Berry. At this point, I actually switched Charizard in. And my Regieleki, I'm going to move in instead of Ground on to reset the Intimidate. Just because I need something to deal with Zacian in the back. And now this is where I Emax Wildfire, right? Am I afraid of a Thunderbolt? I don't know, they just got a -2 defense. I need to worry about a wake up because they max airstreamed in the first turn. I'm doing Regieleki because I don't think they're going to target any moves into ground on. If anything, they could have targeted a Will-O-Wisp, which I obviously don't care about. Doing this gets my Charizard in. Sorry, my ground on reset, my Regieleki in, which is good against Zacian. I think one speed drop will probably make my Charizard faster than Evasion. I don't know the calcs exactly. But that's something that I've got in the back pocket. They don't wake up, which is good. They've got a +1 Airstream, so they're nasty plot. Okay, that's quite interesting. So they put themselves back into neutral. And then I G-Max Wildfire, so I've got the residual burn now. I think this knocks out. Oh, it doesn't. Do I worry about a wake up? Well, I'm max guard. Just because I'm afraid of a wake up. And I drop Rotom back to -2. So the way I look at it is that the burn will knock out Landorus anyway, but because it's faster than me, I don't want to risk a wake up rock slide potential KO. See? Air Impulse. Yeah, they'll wake up. They do rock slide, so good call on my part to does a lot of damage. Yep. Okay. I still got one more turn of max. They go down. So I'm probably going to Airstream for the speed control. But it depends on what they bring out. Ah, they bring their Regieleki, interesting. What do I have in the back? My Groudon, I think, can deal with... Do I Electro Web? I'll go for the damage. So I get that. We're here. I don't know the calculation. I think, in fact, I know the calculation. Their Regieleki is still going to be faster. Please don't knock out. Oh, thank him. Good. Oh, they go for the Regieleki. Nice. And then I take solar power damage this turn, don't I? Sunlight's faded. Do I take solar power damage? I do not. Okay, Charizard has one last attack in. I need a hit on the heat wave. I wonder what way around they'll do it. Okay, I've got Sunset up. Wait, do I take solar power? I don't think I take solar power damage yet, do I? Yeah, okay, I've got one more turn. That's very lucky. What order would I do things? A rock slide and hope for the hit. Wait. I Precipice Blades here. I need a bit of luck with the hit. So I was thinking, if Evasion doesn't protect, then all I need to do is hit Precipice Blades. That should one-shot, I think. They shouldn't say they played it right. Rotom's got overheat in Sun. Actually, I didn't... Oh, nasty plot. Okay. This is interesting. So Rotom is faster than me. I need this to... Yep, that's fine. Please hit. I think this knocks out Zacian in one, right? I don't know the calcs. Yes, okay. Unfortunately, they've got overheat. They're on +2, I think. Or did I get them back to +0? Oh, they're still minus special attack. Huh? Did I do that right? Okay, so it's in Sun, but it won't knock me out. Do I Fire Punch here? Or do I go for the accuracy? I'm not confident Fire Punch knocks out from this range. I'm in the Sun. It's not worth the risk, right? I had to make a bet there. They hit overheat. This shouldn't do too much damage. There's less than half, which is good, so I should have went for... And they dropped 2, so... need Rock Slide to hit. Yep, okay, nice. Boom. I'm happy with that, the way that game played. Hitting Sleep, as usual, ended up proving really well. I played it a bit passively at the start because I've came across so many Landuses with like safety goggles, or like if I were them, I would protect and then just heat wave into my or overheat into my Venusaur, which would have got the one-hit KO. So I'm happy the way I played that. I did the switch in. It was important for me to switch Groundon in when I had an opportunity. I played the Max Guard correctly, I think, because the Landorus woke up. It did allow me to survive into the next turn, survive the Thunderbolt from Regieleki and managed to knock that out. So yeah, overall, happy with that game. I'm playing at a moment where I'm like quite calm and like quite relaxed about it. So yeah, I'm happy against a fairly high ranked opponent in the thousands to pull out that victory. The first game, obviously, I wish I did a bit better. I think I've got time for a third game, so I'll try and sneak one in this video. Okay, I found our third and final game, or third or final opponent with this team. My video is already about 30 minutes long, so I didn't want to make it drag too long, but it is also a team that I'm having a bit of fun with, and I think it's worthwhile, since it's a while since I built my own team, I wanted to, you know, fully show it, so wanted to get a third and final game for today. Calyrex Ice, I've got Porygon, which is annoying. What's my best bet? I think I'm going to be a bit lazy and go Venusaur Groundon start again. I think that deals with most options fairly well. Obviously, if they start off Calyrex or get Trick Room up, I'm in a bit of trouble. I am going to bring Torkoal in the back. I don't expect them to get Trick Room up here that easily, unless I miss Sleep Powder. But they are also quite heavily... special or in... Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I'm about to say, I was looking at Regieleki and Porygon and Blastoise, and actually they're 50-50. I think Torkoal does fine in this team. It does fine in the Trick Room, obviously. And then finally, I feel like I want to bring Dragapult because I haven't really utilised it properly, but looking at their Pokemon... Is Regieleki... I'll bring Regieleki. Regieleki, I think, is a strong Pokemon. Helps deal with some of their threats. The main threat is them getting out of Trick Room, right? If they start off with something like Porygon, Calyrex, then I'm worried, because then they've got 2 Pokemon that can set up Trick Room. On my phone, need to do a reminder to do something later today. Thundurus, Regieleki. I'm not too worried. Age-old question: do they have safety goggles? In fact, they're probably assault vested, right? So I can sleep powder that fairly freely. And then I'll press this blades not to waste my Dynamax. Hopefully this works. Because if they're assault vested, which is the most likely option, right? Then I just need to hit my sleep powder. Because they can't protect and they're not safety goggled. The other alternative was that because Groundon does fine against Thundurus, I could just max rock forward into it and just take out the Dynamax threat that way. But I think this one's fine. Oh, they've got safety goggles. What do you know? Rain Dance to block out my thumb. That's quite good. Okay. That's quite fun. At least I know why they led it that way. What do you know? Whoa, Max GEYSER. This is a really interesting tech. I'm really glad I didn't Dynamax. Okay, so I'm glad I had Dual Sun. They're really out-teching me in this one. This is quite a fun team, actually. I like this. They've put me at such a big disadvantage now. If they're running a rain move, does that mean that they are special orientated? At this point, what I actually do, I actually rotate around. So I've got Sun up again. So now I'm going to Sleep Powder to the left. And I am going to... I think they're going to go for my... What water move does Thundurus get? Let's make the move while I look at Thundurus. I don't know how to spell Thundurus. What did they do? Okay, Thundurus. I wonder what rain moves they have, or water moves they have, because if it's physical, then that gives me a bit of a knowledge. Wow, they have got all the tech, haven't they? They really have. Oh dear. I still don't understand what water move it has. Okay, well they're stomping me in this game. Interesting tech. Okay, so what do I have? They set up... So unfortunately I can't really deal with I think. So what I think I do is I protect Venusaur. In fact, I think they're going for Venusaur next turn anyway, so I'm going to protect this turn. I'm not going to Dynamax yet, I'm going to take the hit and I'm going to Eruption. Or they're going to Max GEYSER now. In fact, I think they might... If I were them, I would set up Max GEYSER. But I need to set up Max Flare. I think. And that's their last turn of Dynamax. They've still got Rain Dance, but I can knock them out. So I might have called it wrong, but my prediction is they're going to Max GEYSER to set up Rain, which is why I'm setting up Sun now. By the way, I looked at this Thundurus. They did Max GEYSER into me, right? I have no... They only have Rain Dance. I actually don't know what water move they used. Okay, they max flared. Into Venusaur, okay. So I could have protected Eruption, which would have done more damage. Their Dynamax is over now. So I need this to do good damage, but let's see. Okay, that's okay. At this point, I Sludge Bomb to the right, and I Max Quake to the left, and I hope Sludge Bomb knocks out. I wonder if this isn't the most tanky Pokemon. I could do with a 3-turn sleep. I think that's 2 turns I counted. You guys watching, maybe you can tell me what Okay, so set up sun. So set up rain, sorry. I need Venusaur not to be fully paralyzed. Nice. I need to set up sun the next turn as well. If I win this by the way, it's actually a miracle. I still don't know what Thundurus is running, but it doesn't matter because it's knocked out. That is a Thundurus, right? Is that a Tornadus or a Thundurus? It's blue, so it's Thundurus, right? What does Thundurus run that's water type? I swear I saw like a Max Geyser. They can't just run Rain Dance. Rain Dance doesn't convert into anything, right? Let's do it. Max Geyser. Let's see. Max Geyser. What does Max Geyser change into? Sorry, what does Max Geyser get converted into? I don't know why they're taking so long. They've got 2 Pokemon. So my next best bet is to try and protect. The Paralyze hurts because I'm no longer the fastest Pokemon. Rain Dance. No, it doesn't do anything. I don't know. They must have a water move, but I just couldn't see it. Possibly. Is that even a Thundurus? Yeah, it's blue. Thundurus is a blue one. What do they have? They have Calyrex in the back. Okay, this is interesting. So it is Sleep Powder fun. So I need Sleep Powder to hit that side, and I need to set up Sun. Max Flare. Sleep Powder, because yeah, they're going to Sucker Punch. I think this is my best bet. Nope, they're going to just Wicked Blow me. In which case I should have, wow, oh yeah, Venusaur is paralyzed, so it's extra slow. Okay, that's a shame. So I don't think I've got any out from this one, just because I got Chilling Eye. So yeah, unfortunately I lost 2 Pokemon in the first 2 turns from, I think, including my restricted Pokemon. So that did a lot of damage, so Rain Dance did actually help. How would I have played that differently? I got a critical hit, which is a bit lucky, but I would have much preferred a non-critical hit with Sun Up. Yeah, so there's no way out here. They've got 100% accuracy moves, and unfortunately Torkoal took a bit of hit. If I got Sleep Powder, there is a chance I could have survived a initial move. But yeah, it's a fun team. If you guys can tell me what Thundurus was running that allowed them to do this, that would be great. Sucker Punch shouldn't knock out actually. I'll be really interested if they use something like these close combat. I'm about to say if they use something like High Horsepower, which was completely unnecessary, then there's a chance of them missing. So that was potential out, but by that time, like, yeah, I've got nothing. It's Assault Vest Torkoal against 2 physical attackers that are both faster than me, so I was like, no chance really. But interesting third game. They had a team that I obviously wasn't expecting. The safety goggles hurt a lot, especially since I was talking about how much. It's funny. Every game before that, I was playing passively because I was expecting maybe safety goggles. So I just wanted to see what tech they brought out. The one time I thought I'd take a risk and think, okay, let's Sleep Powder into it. Because it's likely to be Assault Vested, is the time that they're not. So what would have been better is actually my first option. I could have Sleep Powdered the Regieleki with Prio, and then I could have just Max Rockford on the Thundurus, with the thought that if we both max, wait, would that have worked? Yeah, I would have Sleep Powdered the Regieleki, assuming it hit, put them to sleep, they wouldn't have Rain, and they would have Max. Did I? Oh, they had Weather Ball. Is that what it has? Let's check. Does Thundurus run Weather Ball? That would be interesting. Oh yeah, they run Weather Ball. Okay, so it was a Weather Ball. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So, and that's why they were hitting me with Max. Oh, if I knew that, I would have obviously been in a much better position. That's why they were hitting me with fire attacks. They couldn't Max Geyser to reset the weather. Which once again would have probably changed me, because if I knew that they couldn't Max Geyser, I would have eruptioned into the first move instead of Dynamaxing to set up Max Flare again. So that's interesting. That's a tech I obviously missed until just now with a bit of hindsight. But sorry, what was I saying? That let's look at it in a different scenario. If I had sleep powdered the Regieleki, they wouldn't have got Rain Dance. They would have max flared into my Groundon, which would have done a bit of damage, but nowhere near as much as my max Rockfall. And then another max Rockfall would knock them out. They might have had Speed prior actually after that, so we'd probably go. It would be difficult to see if 2 max flares under Sun would knock out a Groundon. I don't know. But there's a possibility of it. But anyway, it would have been a completely different game. But anyway, thank you for watching. Unfortunately, in the last video, I was only able to win 1 out of 2, but I did play against, 1 out of 3, but I did play against, higher ranked opponents. I've won 500 or something, won 1,000, and the last one was 4,000 something, but they had an interesting team with Weatherball, which completely caught me off guard, and it meant that I was like 2 Pokemon down. Overall, I can sometimes feel a bit more frustrated by my losses if I feel I played badly. I feel in this case I was caught off guard, but I didn't necessarily play that badly. And I just made a couple of wrong calls because I didn't know what I was up against. But yeah, it goes to show that all my games where I played safely, where I didn't need to, paid off. Because if I played safely in that game, and predicted the safety goggles, which is always a possibility on things like Thundurus and Landorus, then I would have done a lot better. You also have to think about it from your opponent's perspective, is why did they start off Thundurus in the first place, and why did they feel so confident going into it? And it's because they had safety goggles. So lesson learned, interesting team. I will look, we've got a month and a half. It's April the 16th today, I think. Yeah, it's April 16th, so it's got a bit of time. I will try out some new teams. I probably won't make my own team. There is one sand team that I was thinking of using, but I probably won't ever make it. Instead, I'll probably just rely on a few rental teams for that now. I'm tempted to make a bit of a fun team that involves Snorlax self-destruct, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me in my first. I think this is my 49th video. Yeah, 49th video. Thank you for those that watched, and hope you've been enjoying the content. I will continue making them. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye. Hey everyone, thank you again for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, then please check out some of the other videos appearing in front of you and hit the subscribe button. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.